You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nastello on RiverBender.com. I don't know. 100 years ago, basketball. Welcome back. One of those friggin' weeks, Lacey. I'm going crazy here. Daily Show, Lacy McDonald in the studio 100 years ago.
Yes.
Stepping in the time machine again. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
You are sporting your Lady Redbird today?
I am, yeah. I just realized you can't see. There,
you can,
see it.
yeah.
Yeah, the microphone.
Oh, wait, no,
is in
that's the Battlehawks.
That is, yeah.
God.
I don't, does Alton I have like a
So mine,
sound?
I am going to say this on the air because I get so darn pissed off about it. Peck and Scratch was brought back by yours truly, okay? I just want to say this right now. Those Peck and Scratch shirts that you saw were from 2017. The reason being is when my dad was coaching, Edwardsville Tigers were like, you know, they were the Tigers. So it was like Roar and Claw or whatever, something stupid. And then a kid on the team years ago said Peck and Scratch. I brought it up to the new coach, and he said it was a great idea, and then it led to the Peck and Scratch shirts. I didn't create them, but it was my idea that led to the converse. I spurred that shirt. So Peck and Scratch.
Peck and Scratch.
That's what Redbirds do.
All right.
We peck and scratch. I swear.
I like that.
You know, what the hell? So how was basketball 100 years ago?
Well, it was not.
Did you go to spring or normal?
No, I didn't go to the state tournament, but we were there when, who did they play? It was the week before, the Tuesday before, and it was wonderful. So
really
cool. Yeah.
A lot of good sports action for the Redbirds this year, both men and girls basketball or lady basketball. And 100 years ago, Alton women.
Are you trying to read that upside down?
Play basketball. I normally can. I'm good at prompters and stuff. Like, I can read upside down because when it freezes, you got to move quick. But anyway, 100 years ago, Alton women play basketball at the University of Illinois. This is a big deal.
Okay. Yes, I thought it was a big deal too. That was one of those weeks where I was looking around for an article and I found one and I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And it was.
And what about Lyman Trumbull? We ever write about him?
Oh, you know, CJ, I actually went back and just looked for Lyman Trumbull in 1925 to try to make it happen.
Couldn't do it.
No, I could. Oh. There was one reference to him in the newspaper. I think it's in August.
How dead was he by then?
Oh, very dead.
Very dead.
Very dead. But it was talking about, I think, people from the area that had become senators or something. Anyway, you're going to get your Lyman Trumbull week. So get excited about that.
Okay, I'm very excited. Got nervous there for a second, Lacey. I'm not a very big man, you know. A gust of wind and I'm pretty much out for the count here. No, I'm like Carson and Rickles. I talk fast and I move very fast, and then I pick on the person bigger than me and I hope for the best.
And then run away?
Yes.
Okay.
Or make them my friend.
Or make them, yeah, that works too.
Yes.
So we are going to have Lyman Trumbull. But this week, what caught my eye was an article about an Alton woman playing basketball at University of Illinois.
It's cool.
And I was like, this is super amazing. It's 1925. We don't talk a lot about women in sports. Very cool. So I read the article and it talked about how it was really, really popular for women to play basketball at the University of Illinois at that time. And the more that I researched, the more I realized that it wasn't what we think of as college women's basketball now. It was club teams. It was intramural. It was sororities and residence halls playing against each other. It was very organized, but it was not taken seriously the way that the men's teams were taken seriously. Mm-hmm. So the men's teams were playing against other universities. In 1925, the men's varsity basketball team played University of Iowa, Notre Dame, Ohio State, places like that. And then the women's teams, like there'd be a senior team and junior teams, and they would play against each other. And they just had a tournament at the end of the season. Like, they didn't go anywhere. They just had a tournament. And one of the things that I try to do is not put my own feelings on the past. I think that can, like I know how I feel about it. But I wanted to know how the women felt about it. And there was a quote from the 1909 edition of the yearbook at the University of Illinois. that said, better results are obtained in women's athletics every year, and it is hoped that at some near future time, the girls will equal the boys in athletics. So this wasn't a choice for them to just be playing at the like club level.
Right. It was just the way
it was. The way it was. It was not that this is what they wanted. They wanted to be taken seriously. They wanted to have equal opportunities for competition. And that's just not how it was. So it took a really long time. It took some really
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure,
if you're seeing me and you think that I'm like drugging it, I'm not. I'm looking for a pin. I feel like thank you. I'm just like not doing anything weird. I haven't been partying. Was going absolutely nuts looking for a pin. Sorry.
I found my pin from last week. If you tuned
I'm
in
really
last
sorry.
week.
Like I know people are going,
No.
why is CJ bugging out of his mind right now?
Think about it.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So it was a big deal. It was. It was just the way things were.
It was the way things were. And I didn't talk about this in the article, but an interesting side note was that when basketball first became popular in the late 1800s, mostly women were playing it. The men weren't taking it seriously. And then in about 1905, 1906, they started a men's varsity team and just sort of left the women in the dust, even though they'd been the ones that had kind of like been playing more seriously for longer. So I learned a lot about what sports was like in general, and then specifically basketball during that time period. And, going through all of that and then getting to see the Alton women's team play last week it was such a nice, it turned this article into something that was kind of difficult and frustrating into something where I was like, look where we are now.
There's a documentary following their state journey getting ready to come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Oh,
so stay tuned.
awesome.
Because it's one of those things where it is. I mean, you're representing your town and you're going, and regardless of what level you were at or how you were doing it, I mean, you're still representing the community in which you grew up. And that's why I think, sometimes I get too hard because I really hold like a higher standard of like how I present myself and stuff, because I feel like I do represent this community now with media. Yeah. And it's no different than athletes in sports. I mean, you don't want to go and do something or have a bad game and reflect that and go, man, I let my town down. You want them to be proud of you. And just like the girls did this last weekend, they made us all proud. And it seems like, she did as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So going back to the woman that played at the University of Illinois in 1925, I think that she played basketball for her sorority team because she was listed in the Kappa Alpha Theta membership. There was a photo of her in there. And I know that Kappa Alpha Theta played in the championship. So I think that is where that tied in. She didn't play for Alton High that I could see, but I did do some research about what it was like at Alton High.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So it's just kind of correlating, what it was like 100 years ago to now.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And so
Sorry, I get your tie-in.
No, that's all right. So I looked at the Alton team, and it was very interesting. I have photos of both what their uniforms looked like at the University of Illinois and what their uniforms looked like at Alton High. And it's very similar. It's sort of like a sailor suit kind of deal with a skirt. And I didn't put the photos of the men's teams in here or the descriptions, but they had like really nice uniforms and glamour shots and descriptions of all of the
It was the
players.
20s. They had real glamour shots.
They had real glamour shots. Yes.
Those were something to see. If you haven't seen a player profile in the early 20s or 1900s, go back and look. I'm telling you what, they should run for office, all of them.
Oh, yeah, and they've got the perfect hair.
Oh, my God. You would never see a football player in this day and age looking like that. And I mean that in all the respect. It's just hilarious.
And I didn't, like I said, I didn't put the photos in, but there are links in my sources for the yearbooks. So if you wanted to see what the men's teams looked like in that time period, you could go do that yourself. But yeah, so they played at Alton High. They played a 2-day tournament in April. And I tried to look in the newspaper to see who won, and I couldn't figure that out. It may be in there somewhere. But the 4 teams for the girls' teams were the Seniors, Live Wires, Knicks, and Peter Pan's. So I don't know who chose those names. It might have been the girls themselves. But again, we had like the Alton High varsity men's team and then 4 just sort of groups. And I have a personal moment with this too. So both of my grandmothers played basketball in high school. And I was talking to my parents about it before, while I was writing the article. And my dad mentioned that my grandmother, who played in the 1930s, wore one of these outfits with the like sailor suit thing and a skirt, but her mom decided that the skirt was too short, and so she lengthened it. So my poor grandmother not only had to wear the sailor suit outfit, but her mom made hers longer than everybody else's for the games. Yeah.
You know, what's it mean to kind of write this though? I mean, because it seems like it's really just a great piece to kind of tie in the progress made.
Yes. And that's kind of what I have to do sometimes. Like, some of my articles are lighter and they're fun, and, you know, you can just enjoy while you're doing the research. And then some of them are harder because it is really frustrating, because I can see how much these women wanted to be taken seriously in the sports that they were doing, and how they were just kind of like doing the best they could with what they have. And then to see how excited we all are about Alton High going to state and the support that the athletes have now. And I mean, I'm not saying that everything is completely fair with men's and women's sports. We won't get into that, but like just how far we have come between 1925 and today. And I didn't even mean to write this the week that the Alton High girls team was going to state. That was completely random. It was like the best coincidence that I could have possibly planned if I'd planned it. But yeah, so it was difficult to write. And then by the end, when I was talking about the current team and when I was like looking at their record and how much support they have, and that they have real uniforms and they have professional photos, it just felt really grateful for how Alton is supporting the women's teams now.
Well, and honestly, I feel really, it's one of those things too where, Lacy, it's a great tie-in because, you know, it just shows that we always have had kind of really interesting people and really good people too, and talented ones. And it's good for those, you know, kind of girls to know too that were on the team this year and even in past years. And no matter if it's a girls or guys program, just kind of the lineage and some of the legacy that comes with the sport in our area. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's really cool too. I didn't get a chance to see the progression as much. I was really looking at 1925 and then now. But I think it would be a really cool project to actually look at a lot of that, you know, who supported these teams, how they helped make changes. I mean, Title IX was a huge part of it just across the country, with things being more equal in sports. But yeah, I think that the team in 1924, 1925 would be so proud of the team now. And yeah, I think we can all be proud too of how far we've come with that.
Well, and Lacy, you know, going forward, do you think this is one of those where the team's going to be talked about in a couple of years, you know, as always being that team that the you know, local historians look back on for sports significance?
Well, see, this is why I'm so excited about it.
Okay, that's cool.
Because a lot of how we interpret history is by the written record of it. There has been so much media coverage of the Alton High girls team right now, and high school sports in general, that the future Lacy doing this in 100 years will be able to have those photos, have that information, have, you know, the names of all the players, the schedule, all that, because it's in RiverBender, it's in the Telegraph, it's on various, you know, media outlets. And then if there's a documentary coming out, then it'll be a lot harder to forget everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, what was your favorite part about this piece?
Ooh, my favorite part was, I mean, I've talked about this before. I always like the people that just kept trying and kept working on things. So there were several women at the University of Illinois who were in charge of women's athletics for like 40 years and just made things happen, sometimes in really small increments, but just supported these women while they were there. And I don't know, I find it inspiring to learn about those people.
Well, and I really do too. Hey, do you have a moment to take a break?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that. 10:07, we'll come back with more Daily Show. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we are talking to Mayor David Goins. Really excited to have him on the show and learning. He's not out there yet, is he? No. I just wanted to make sure he's not waiting. We're going to talk about his vision and his time in office, and really just great to have you know what I love? The fact I can have a show and have everybody on it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's such a better way to do things. And that's coming down the pipeline in just a couple of minutes. We'll have more with Lacy here. here shortly. It's 10:07, a little bit of change at top of the hour news break next.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
That's been helping me quite a bit. Welcome back, Daily Show. 10-10. Coming back with a little bit more Lacy McDonald, and Mayor David Goins joins us here shortly. All righty. Back to your article.
Okay.
All righty.
Do you want me to talk about rules?
Yes, please talk about the rules.
Okay, so one of the things that I discovered when I was looking at what it was like to play basketball as a woman at the University of Illinois in the 1920s was that you had to agree to a bunch of rules. So to be eligible to play in the tournament, so there was a tournament at the end of the season, and I think this was the one between the classes, so like the senior class and the junior class and all of that. And in 1925, the junior class is the one that won. The junior class team is the one that won the tournament. But anyway, in order to play, you had to be present at 3/4 of practices. And I don't know how often they had practice. I think it was once or twice a week. And had a C average, keep training rules throughout the season. And the training rules were to be in bed at 10:30 o'clock on weeknights. And it didn't say anything about weekends. So I wondered if that was like a just
optional.
Do whatever you want.
That is.
And take a shower after every practice, drink no more than 1 cup of coffee or tea each day. And then my mind immediately went to like, how big of a cup can I get away with? And then
do you know how many energy drinks this bad boy can fill up? Right. This has been the nastiest thing that's happened to me. Well, it's been a great gift, but the problem is I used it for the wrong vice, and instead of putting, some type of bourbon or some type of what I would drink, probably a tequila in there, I have put just jet fuel. So I think that's part of my mental breakdown too, is that I'm drinking like 8,000 milligrams of caffeine right now.
How many energy drinks can you fit in there?
3. And the tall ones. There's 3 of these.
Oh my God, like the big ones.
Yeah. Who are you playing with? Come on now. You're talking to CJ here. You aren't talking to little Johnny from down the road that has a bike, You're talking to a man with energy drinks,
I would be like this is water. I actually just bring water here every week. Every once in a while I bring coffee too, but I usually drink my coffee and then I switch to water.
I gotta stop this. I'm sweating worse than Elvis at the end. I'm walking around like I'm 400 pounds. And that's just when I walk. I don't know where I'm going with.
It's like when you run or when you sit.
I don't.
It's just all sweating.
All the time. I'm just sweating all the time. I'm a gross man.
Well,
back to your story.
These women had to take the shower after every practice so that they weren't sweaty all the time. Oh, and my favorite rule was that they could not eat anything between meals except for fruit. And as I was saying to CJ earlier, I love fruit. Fruit is my jam.
Go ahead and try to tell me what to eat.
But I do not like being told
That's
what to
my
eat.
problem with soccer. When I was in the academy level with Gallagher, towards the last last year with it, they were starting to you need to drink this, and you need to right after the game, let's pound in the chocolate milk. Okay, I get you. Okay, but I just ran and I'm overheated and I'm an anxious person. I cannot just chug dairy. Okay, give me a few minutes, pal, before you give me a banana or you give me your chocolate milk and your go-go juice and you say it's going to be fine. I am the worst when it comes to that. Just like I'm the worst, and I'll tell you this, I am the worst when it comes to getting my body in shape. Like I'll be 2 weeks, like I got the plan, I'll pay for the damn training or I'll get the meal plan right. And then it's like, I know that I have to do it now, so the fun of it's gone. And then I'm like, I'm back to being a toothpick again. I used to weigh like 170. I looked decent. And, I'm not saying anything like a patriot. It's just I cannot follow those type of things. When I am told you have to do something, I do exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I do not like being told what to do. And chocolate milk should be a pleasure. You should want to drink chocolate milk.
It's the best recovery drink there is.
Is it really?
True.
You know what? This is a side note. I was obsessed with chocolate milk when I was pregnant with my daughter. Like that was my one craving. And I used to take chocolate milk because we didn't have kids yet. She was our first child. I used to take chocolate milk to bars. I would make it myself. We went to the improv comedy shows in St. Louis all the time, and I would show up with a glass bottle of chocolate milk that I made in my blender.
How many times have they checked that damn chocolate milk? No one looked at if I'm a bouncer and someone brings in a mystery chocolate drink, I am immediately testing it.
When you are a pregnant woman,
they don't mess
they
with
will
you.
let you bring your chocolate milk wherever you want.
They kind of figured you're in the clear. What are you writing about next week, Lacey?
What am I writing about? Oh, I am writing about a woman who got married in 1890, but didn't quite trust her new husband. And so she deeded all of her stuff to someone else. Wow. And then they ended up...
That's some thinking.
Yeah. They ended up getting divorced. And then he gave it back to her, like the person that she deeded stuff to. But I found this because there was an article about her will. And it said that, she was giving the money that she had in her will to people that had been kind to her. And one of the people that, the main person listed was this guy that she deeded her stuff to. And then the kind part was that he gave it back. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm glad he gave it back, but I don't know that that's something we need to. I mean, yeah, let's celebrate it, but
was she the clingy girlfriend? I'm talking the stage fiver, where that guy winked at me. He's getting my house.
No, I think it was a cousin, but they didn't say that. It was just a neutral third party.
Bad reporting again.
Yeah, no, it was. I
gotta get it in. I gotta get my shots in.
I still have to figure out how they're related, but another article said a cousin, but so she didn't trust this guy, decided to get married anyway.
That's smart.
She'd been married before and her husband had died. Yeah, I know. And then I'm like, well, but you couldn't get a prenup.
That's okay. That's what I want to talk about next week.
Yes.
The divorce process,
Yes.
pre-modern era. Because I am so fascinated.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just on the women's side. Because like if the men were broke and all of that, and their family was broke, the guy would have to leave so they can get government assistance. There's some crazy stuff. I know that from from some other stuff.
Yeah, a lot. I think that being able to have divorce is great because a lot of times they would have to, like, having no fault divorce as an option is really, really good because in the past when that was not an option, you had to have a reason. And a lot of times it was like cruelty or something, but you had like things that maybe if there was a no fault divorce, everybody could just be like,
didn't witch dance to Stevie Nicks.
But a woman couldn't get a prenup. And
that's pretty damn funny. That is pretty funny. I don't care if nobody laughs in the 150,000 that watch this show. I don't care if none of you laughed. I did. I thought that was, she didn't witch dance, so I got rid of her,
What is that? Is that from something?
I just like the way Stevie Nicks witch dances. What the hell? I'm an original guy, unlike people I know that try to copy my show. I do things on my own here. I'm just a wild man. I'm very unique.
Thought it was a reference I didn't catch.
People always called me unique just to be nice, but I'm starting to live it,
Yeah, just embrace it.
Yeah, so you're writing about...
Yeah, because if you were a woman in that time period and you got married, you no longer owned any of your own property.
I got you.
That was a big part of it. And she had been married, her husband had died, and so she had some property.
I'm so fascinated to learn more about that, and I truly mean that. Thank you for stopping by today.
You're welcome.
It's 10:20, a little bit of change. Mayor David Goins is coming down into the studio in a couple of minutes, and we're going to have I'm so excited to have these State of the Race conversations. I hope that you all get something out of them. It's our pledge at RiverBender.com to be your local source of non-biased coverage. Everyone was invited onto the show. I got to reach out to 2 more alder people, though. I think I missed 1 or 2. But that's about it. Godfrey, all of the candidates are coming on. And then for Alton, Mayor David Goins joins us in just a couple of seconds. And then former Mayor Brent Walker will join us in a few weeks, followed by more candidates for alder people in Alton. And then in Godfrey, all mayoral candidates will be coming on starting next week with Mayor McCormick, followed by Craig Lombardi, followed by... Don't you do that again. Followed by Beth Johns. So you stay there. We'll stay here on this 12th day of March right after this.